Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's the Bears going up against the Lions. The weather outside in Detroit was down into single digits, but let's go inside to Ford Field as we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays by all the different things they can do. Line up out wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover them with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches all throughout the game.
Set to go now is Connor Barth, and we are underway from Ford Field. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And onto the field now, Matthew Stafford, the Detroit Lions. Their first quote-unquote comfortable win of the season in Week 13. They won by 15 points. Stafford, 341 through the air, 2 touchdowns.
The first time all season long they were not behind in the fourth quarter of a game, and they went on the road and beat New Orleans. I think a game many people thought that they would lose. This Detroit Lions team, definitely a contender in the NFC North.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. It was Willie Young that wound up getting him down. We get a look now at the offensive starting unit for the Detroit Lions, and one big target they have at tight end is Eric Ebron.
And they are ready for him to fulfill his promise because he was drafted to be a game breaker. Big target, guy who could block at the line of scrimmage, but really get downfield and make plays against defenders, overmatch them. They haven't seen enough of that yet. They want to come to the front in 2016.
They go back to Riddick. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Eddie Goldman's everything you want in a defensive tackle. A run stuffer who can move upfield and rush the passer.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Riddick with a carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. A screen to Bell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now third down, less than a yard. Now the first carry for Joyke Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage, and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Matt Barkley and the Bears coming off the win over San Francisco in Week 13. Barkley just the second career start in place of the injured Jay Cutler. What did you think, Mr. Davis?
Well, I think I continue to see Matt Barkley produce at a pretty decent level. Just think about last week in a really close loss. He had 10 drops by receivers in that game, 4 of them in the end zone. So it's not like he's been inaccurate throwing the football. And in the conditions he had on Sunday against San Francisco, I thought he threw it really, really well.
Yeah, we talked about all those drops last week like you just mentioned, but no interceptions. He took care of the ball indeed. A first carry for the rookie, Jordan Howard. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is Howard on second down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Barkley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's Barkley. Finding time. And incomplete on the deep ball. Josh Bellamy, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, Absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a 1st down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Here's Riddick. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 30 yards.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a 1st down. Then you look up, you've got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Stafford on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Joint Bell, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Second and 10, Stafford again. He's got time in the pocket. It's brought in left side by Tate. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Speaking of Tate, he had a big 66-yard touchdown catch against the Saints, 145 total on the day.
And it's really good to see him back to the level we saw in 2014 when he caught 90 passes and also led the NFL in yards after catch, because that's what makes him unique. That's what his skill set is. Catch the ball, make people miss, gain the additional yardage. It goes back to his time at Notre Dame. Wide receiver / running back, and he turns into one with the ball in his hands.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Surveying the field. This will be caught just inside the 10. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They come out here in the I. To throw on second down is Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We see this offense, and we see Jeremy Langford, certainly a guy to watch in this game.
He plays a game with great determination, Brandon. In college, he played multiple positions before settling in at running back. He made the right choice.
Second down following the run. Another carry for the rookie. It's Jordan Howard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
What a tremendous play by the defensive line. Instead of getting too far upfield against the draw, able to hold their spot and make a big play in the backfield.
Well, the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They'll run here. This is Kadeem Carey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Riddick. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Complete here to the right to Bolden. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was not a completion that resulted in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Now Barkley. The hook up good to Marquise Wilson. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
First down, they run with Howard. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Let's go! On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. We've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense. Still first down.
Here's Barkley. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football. But you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Now Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense. Still third down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now it's Bears first-year kicker Connor Barth for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Barth puts it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They go play action here on 1st down. Another reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Lions are going to have a first.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Fresh set of downs here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On the ground, it's Riddick. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Another pistol look here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Move 60.
Now Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
It's caught. Jones. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Alone to the right is Jones. Stafford on first down. He finds Bolden. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Ebron caught left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got time in the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden, and that brings up 4th down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
And really, I like what I've seen from both of these defenses thus far. Both have been a little more aggressive than I expected. And I think that's reflected in what we see on the scoreboard, which is no touchdowns to this point.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions defense now back onto the field. And they really dug in deep on that last drive. They gave up quite a bit of yardage. Somebody must have said something in the huddle, though, because they got a big stop.
And someone on the sideline said, what took you guys so long before you dug in on that possession? But you're exactly right. To be able to grit it out at the end after giving up such a long drive, they have to feel better about themselves. Now they want to start this possession and not let it get to that extent.
Right, because they gave up the 3 last time. See if they can stop them here. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
Now Barkley surveying the field. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Here's Barkley. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Second down now after the pass completion.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense. Still second down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lofted over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. in with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential. He's realizing it here.
They'll look to throw here. He's got time. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Josh Bellamy from 3 yards out. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. After the touchdown, Barth now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Ebron caught left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, Stafford here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Really good job by the offense there. Every second counts right now. So for them to get out of bounds and save some time, that's a nice move.
The offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st down, it's Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that gets them back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both teams have played a clean first half and that there are no turnovers to this point. That being the case, it's no surprise that we have a very close game at halftime. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Now, early in the second quarter, Paulson's able to get open here, and he ends up at the 49-yard line before he stopped on the play. Bears take over late in the second. Staying late in the second, pass coverage will break down here, and this play goes for a score. Bears go up by 4. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Gaudin.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here's Thompson on the return. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's Barkley. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage. And hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Barkley throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Out of the gun now on third down. Finding time. And that is incomplete. Kadeem Carey, the target out of the backfield. And it's fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Oh, heavy Lion pressure here, and they block it. This is a live ball. Take a touchdown, Lions.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. And they will line up now for the two-point try. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the two-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Running with Howard. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. The rookie, A'Shawn Robinson, on the tackle.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Second down following the run.
Here we go. 3-19.
They go with Howard again. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Third down now following the run. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Now it's Tate. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Alone to the right is Jones. To throw on second down is Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. 15 yards there for number 15. Stafford on first down. Finds Roberts left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So it'll be first down here after the run. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
After another really nice run, this is where a defense coordinator earns his money. His guys have been on the field a long time, so he's got to decide what he wants to do to try and slow them down. Is he going to substitute some players in, get some fresh guys, or is he just going to try to attack and try and find a way to take the ball away from them?
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it really well and picked up a 1st down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And they'll give it to him here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll try again with Bell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
And back at the 8 now, 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And Ebron's got it. Touchdown, Lions. Eric Ebron from 8 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there. And
that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions defense gearing up as they take the field. They were able to force that 3-and-out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3-and-outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
First, they go right back to Howard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he trucked him. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Bears are going to get a first. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Barkley. They're able to locate Wilson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to run with Langford. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Barkley. And this is going to be incomplete. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Barth puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Barth now after the made field goal to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync. Because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets. And you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Lions.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
40 gun. 40 gun.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. From the gun on third down, Stafford. It's brought in by Bolden. A gain of 8 and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got time in the pocket. And a reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
To throw on second down. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Clay Harbor from 3 yards out. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Here's Thompson to return it. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Here we go. Blue landing. Blue.
Here's Barkley. Surveying the field. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Now Barkley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They'll look to throw again. He's got time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw, finding time. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 11 yards on the pickup. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be first down, Bears.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Still first down.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And it'll be second and very short.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's incomplete. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So now Eric Ebron and the rest of the offensive unit trotting on the field. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe it's something they can build on as this game continues.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.